Are we talking?
We are now.
Oh, that went like this, and then nobody said anything, and I thought, maybe I did something wrong.
Nope, you're good. I got a bark machine I gotta take care of. So please say hello to all the friends out there in internet land.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Table, episode 49. We're here with
49.
Yeah, one more, and that's an even 50. And I think we're good at that in this year, right? I think we're playing next week. Last I heard. 50 episodes. That's a lot of episodes.
Gabby wants you to do the summary.
Do the summary. Okay, last time we were awarded with 11 points that we can spend on anything. We've all advanced to level 20, and now Boom's back, so none of that counts. So take it away, Boom. What happened last time?
Last time, I don't remember how the episode started. Oh yeah, I do. Last time, you guys were leaving Rockfin, and you started sailing towards the city of Liln when you saw these massive giant holes in the ground, and you followed them until you decided to investigate the last one that you could see. You split the party. Zan and Chad found a large colony of mind flayers that were seemingly cult-like, and Zines and Inna found some remnants of the cult of the beast, who were seemingly tracking the affectionately called baby Tarrasque, and tracking it to try and find where it had gone. Given enough time, you guys did eventually meet back up, finding Una Aura and 6 of her best gnome warriors, who were stalking the beast quietly and staying out of its range. You guys all ascended up to your airship, where you had a good night's sleep, had a hero's feast, and you are now prepared or planning to prepare any final thoughts before you descend into your plan or lack thereof. Yes?
I'd like to point out that although Zan Falcon has an image over where he is, he's actually here. He's just having some issues with the camera pixies.
I'm not really here.
See, he's here. He said he was here. Not really.
I already got killed. I loved myself too much.
So your hero's feast that you took an hour to consume, up to 12 creatures plus Dreve can benefit from this thing.
That's why I had 11.
Ah, that makes sense.
The people other than Dreve.
Well, no, up to 12 other creatures. So I would think it's actually a max of 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then we'll never know.
So we got 12 temporary hit points for that? Is that what it is?
You have 12 temporary hit points, but for the next 24 hours, you can heal up to that maximum.
We have a new maximum.
So if temporary hit points, if you lose them, they're gone forever. But these, if you manage to heal back up to your max health plus 12, you can have them for the next 24 hours, and then they will disappear. You are immune to poison. You are immune to being frightened, and your wisdom saves are with advantage. So write that down somewhere.
I trust that Dreve will let us know.
I linked it in the chat.
And Dreve, you're going to have to remind me who besides your party you opted. I know Una Aura, but I think I wrote it down, and I don't know where I wrote it down. So who all was given this? I think the only people I can remember are the party, including Chill, Una Aura, the captain, and
there were other people that were guarding
the gunners.
There were people that were guarding the area, from the Tarrasque that are with us too, I believe.
I couldn't get the gnomes in it. There wasn't enough to do the gnomes as well. But it was us, Chill, Una Aura, the captain, and then the gunners on the ship.
Yes. Okay. So you all have finished your. Is there any last minute plans or things that need to be said before you? Yeah, I know you guys were ready to descend. Was there anything you guys need to finish up before you go?
We're gonna hand Zan his brown pants.
It's a good choice.
Zan will equip these lovely brown pants because if they're already brown, nobody will know that I'm scared.
Oh yeah, I got new abilities. I forgot about this.
So Una Aura will just make sure she's on the same page as everyone. And she'll kind of, as you guys are finishing up your breakfast, she will. So, Chad, what is the plan once we descend?
I've got a quick question, a DM question or a Chad question. Airship has guns, right? Is it like cannons?
It has. Is it a harpoon and a ballista, or is it 3 harpoons and a ballista? Because I thought there might be one on each side.
There's one big one and like 3 little ones.
The big one, what's its size?
It's a large, giant siege weapon.
So it can accommodate at least one gnome?
What do you mean accommodate?
Put gnome inside, shoot gnome out?
Potentially, you could launch a gnome from it. Yes.
Only
Do
with
we
their
have-
consent.
Do we
Only
have
with consent.
do we have a formula to factor out how far or distance they would travel?
Probably not. It's going to depend on weight ratios.
So what you're trying to say is 2 sparrows grip it by the husk. Okay.
Yes. You're not sure what will happen if you launch a humanoid creature, big or small, out of the large gun on the side of the airship.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that if that was needed, it was potentially possibility on the table or off the table. You know what I mean.
So, Chad, what is the plan?
Not that I'm a leader of this group or anything, but I have an idea. But please feel free to chime in as you wish. I would say that Una Aura's people man the boat guns, and we do a full attack on this thing from the ground.
And what if the guns cannot see the creature and we are left alone until possibly we can get some open light through the canopy?
Then jump down, or use your best judgment. Come down and help us. We need help, and if you can, use the boat.
All right, that seems pretty cut and dry. I would like to add, if we could keep the damage to any trees or structures to a minimum, it would be greatly appreciated.
I can guarantee that we're not going to go after the trees or the structure. What the Tarrasque itself does, we can't really guarantee.
I heard stories of how Parna ended up, and I
We
would
stopped
like,
them. They were
to not
once
repeat that.
again. It was them that did the. We didn't destroy it ourselves. We stopped them from doing it. It wasn't
Zan wants
us.
to look around to see if there's like cardboard or a piece of flat wood or a sign that he could acquire temporarily, and maybe some paint.
Make an investigation check.
And
With
some of us
advantage because
died.
I know the airship and it's a great place.
No, you're just quickly scrambling for art supplies.
Does 12 get me art supplies?
There's no paint on board necessarily, but you can find a small dagger and a small plank of wood.
All right, so Zan pricks
they're
his
very
arm and then uses his blood to write out on the sign in his getting better handwriting, but not quite up to the level of a fourth grader. And he writes, "You must be this tall to fire the guns," and walks over to Chad and hangs it on his shoulder and looks at the gnomes.
What are you
Dude.
trying to pull?
Do I notice that he's done this on me?
Yeah, it takes him a while to go. You see him leave, and then he comes back, and it takes him a while to write in blood. And then he just comes and hangs a sign on you. And then one of the gnomes is very upset with you. He kind of, what are you trying to pull?
Do we have enough boxes that they can stand on the boxes and man the guns? I mean, I think it's not what I'm trying to pull. It's what are they trying to pull?
I'm sure there probably are enough supply boxes that they could stand on.
The gnomes aren't going to be shooting the guns. That's what the gunmen are for. The gnomes are going to help reload.
I think Cass is super quiet. I'm turning her up.
Yeah, I had to turn her up.
Yeah, Cass is quiet. Cass, you might want to move your microphone down. There we
That
go.
might help.
Okay, enough of my shenanigans then. I was just worried whenever we originally said the gnomes were going to help man the guns and not be inside the guns.
I think we
that'd be
said
manning the
the
guns.
crew was going to man the guns, but the gnomes were going to help load the guns.
Okay.
We're going to help
But
reload.
But I think you're being sizist, X.
I think I am too. I think they intimidate me because they spend all this time with Unaora and they're just small. And I fear that challenges my manhood. And yeah.
Is it
definitely.
because they look like wee babies and you equate that to having babies with Unaora and you're kind of afraid of that?
Yeah, and the babies can punch me. They've got these little arms and these little fists that could actually do some pretty good damage. And I don't know, man, it's just freaky.
I think we should continue this therapy sessions a little bit longer.
Well, I think it all goes back to the way that my dad ostracized me from the family and cast me out. And then my sister took over the family business, but still didn't accept me back. And then my brothers, they're just kind of, oh, damn it.
I can fix this. Hey Zan.
Yeah.
There.
I embrace Chad and begin to weep.
I pat him on the back, maybe a little bit too hard.
I wipe my snotty nose all over him. Just.
I think if people did that more often, Chad might there a lot less.
It doesn't bother me. I'm a dwarf.
All right. I'm ready to die now.
Therapy done, Chad style.
And we didn't even have to use an axe.
Chad's going to open a side business for therapy on the side of the Wisp.
He's going to get one of those Charlie Brown signs and be like, the doctor is in.
5 cents. 5 gold pieces. There. Shut up. Well, next. Sorry I did that while your mouth was full, Chief.
Anything else you guys would like to do besides get yourselves in a proper emotional state?
I check my gear, make sure that my climbing rope's all snug and ready, and I check my axe, make sure it's all ready to go, and then I'm good to go. I have my ring in my pocket, and I'm good.
So we can see the trees, right, over the side of
Mhm.
the plane. How tall are these trees?
They're pretty tall. They're upwards of 80 feet. I mean, you can't see the Tarrasque that you believe is down there, and these trees have a very thick canopy.
Is there a way we can lure this thing out of the trees? Like, do I see?
We lower a rope with a gnome tied to it, and dangle him, and then we fly out to the clearing.
Like,
Do we need to damage it in some way so there's a smell of blood? Or
Do
just
I-
wipe Zan's blood on it?
I take the sign off my pack, which has his blood on it, tie it to a rope, and dangle it.
From the airship, from our vantage point, do I see, like, is there any clearing that is relatively close by that we can try to honor Unaora's wish and not destroy the forest?
Canopy's pretty thick. Even you guys getting up and down is pretty a hard task. The closest thing that doesn't have tree is where the forest ends, but that's, miles away.
Do we see the Tarrasque?
No, you currently cannot see it.
Do we see, like, the movement of the trees as if it's, like, crashing through them?
Make a perception check.
I was looking too. I'm going to make one. Hell yeah, I am.
You kind of listen out, and you can hear kind of the wind this morning. And the trees are moving, but much more than the wind would give them. But it's hard you don't see any section of trees moving, but you can definitely hear kind of just the thuds and the loud ruckus that is happening below.
Is it big? And sorry if you've already said this, but is it big enough to knock down trees itself?
If the Verbeth forest trees were more normal sized, it probably would carve a nice path, as you guys saw in the Plain of Beasts that the large one did. It just mowed them over. But you think due to its size, perhaps being smaller than a normal size Tarrasque, and the fact that these trees are much heftier, it has not knocked any over to walk.
And refresh my memory, we haven't seen it yet, right?
I think Ziny saw maybe just poked its head out once.
Has Unaora? I asked Unaora if she's seen the beast.
Yeah, yes, I have. We were trying to be quite quiet when you found us, because any movement or anything that could startle it, it'll just make a wave of destruction.
Okay, and how big would you say it is?
Quite large. If the trees are upwards of 80 feet tall, it's at least 3/4 of the way. And I would say that wide, it's at least 30 feet and 60 long, perhaps. It's very large. And if we take up residence on our footbridges that connect tree to tree, we'll have to be very quiet and stealthy, or else it will still have very much ease having access to us.
I asked Chad, do we even have? I know that we've been asked not to destroy the forest, but I'm thinking we might need like a small area in order for the ship to be able to help us. Do we even have the ability to clear a small area of these kinds of trees?
Have an axe. But I'm thinking luring it away from this. I think luring this away from this area is the right thing to do. So
miles,
or to any kind of clearing we can see. Do we look at? I roll the 24 perception. Is there any clearings out in the distance?
No, this canopy is completely just full for as far as you can see.
Well, the clearing might happen while we're fighting, because he's probably going to knock down some trees, and it might just come about. once we start fighting this thing. I think we should set course and go over top it, and I'm going to jump on it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to do any good from the airship unless you're manning a gun. So, I mean, your only other option is to get up close with it.
It's my new mount. I want to tame this thing, and I want to ride it everywhere. Chad on a Tarrasque. That's a pretty iconic thing. I think that's a good brand for all of us.
Just need something to use as reins.
Oh, they're built in. I got them. It's on my belt.
I asked Gunora, and I'm only asking this way so that you can just answer in technical terms. Is it going to be difficult for us to move through the forest? Like, difficult terrain is what I'm asking. Like, do we need to prepare for difficult terrain through the forest?
It depends on the path that we choose to take. If we decide to go completely on the canopy floor and go quietly, it could prove difficult. If we can find some of our outposts and move along the footbridges, that will be a little more easier. But getting down and it all depends on where it has taken up residence. If it is within the city or on the outlying portion, it won't be difficult, but we'll have to be careful.
Should we engage, or what you guys want to do?
I default to those that are familiar with the territory, and I'll follow their lead.
Before we go, I'm just going to hold my hand out to Chad. And then just, like, well, let's see what we can do here.
Are you shaking my hand? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
I warmly shake your hand back and say, it's kind of led up to this point. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Push to talk.
As he grabs my hand, I will cast freedom of movement on him.
I don't know what that does.
I will let you know what it is. Ta-da!
That's going to be very handy because they like grappling and swallowing.
Yeah, we'll have to if it manages to swallow you, we'll have to see how to rule that, but we'll see what happens.
Cass, are you in Twitch chat?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you in Twitch chat?
Oh, Michael! Hi, Michael.
Hi, Pickles.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so
Let's all die. TPK. Let's do it. It's time. We've come to this moment. It's time for a TPK. I want to fight this thing. Let's fight it.
And just to explain, in Arc, I have a character called Pickles.
All right. Do we see? Does he see the creature from up here with that 20?
No, you can't see it.
I saw where the trees were moving, though, right?
Well, you saw some movement of trees, but
It's gonna suck if I jump down there and it's not there and it's somewhere else, and then you guys, then I'm screwed.
So we need to get it out of that forest.
Okay.
I lean
So
over the
I'm-
rail and I go, "Here, Tarrasque."
I'm a ranger who is good at tracking. So can I figure out where it's at?
Probably not from up here.
So should we all just descend to the forest and then find it that way? Is that what the DM might suggest?
Ooh,
You can do it if you want.
maybe Chill can figure it out by smell.
Probably not from up here.
Give it a
If
shot.
you were a choo-choo train, how would you go about this, Boom?
I'm just telling you, from up in an airship, you cannot. You will not be able to track or smell a creature. You will probably need to put your boots on the ground. That's what I'm
Okay.
guessing.
What about by hearing? Because you said we can hear it.
You can try.
Zen takes off one of his Zanfoggen Pegasus boots
Fight boots
and
in all the
goes to
land.
throw it off the side of the airship to put boots on the land.
Can he track it now? Love it.
Hashtag not a
That's
sponsor.
funny.
Sorry, just had to mess with you there, Boom. It's just too good not to.
Were we being stealthy last episode and it kind of walked past us or something like in the
Oh,
distance?
we had the gnomes. We were tracking it because we had the gnomes that were hanging off of Chill's little elevator pouch, watching it and keeping guard for us while we slept and prepared. That's why I'm trying to figure out why we've lost this Tarrasque.
You haven't
Because it's
lost
so
it.
small. We can't track it because it's so small.
It's a pocket Tarrasque.
You have a general idea of where it is, but you can't see it and just jump on it right now.
Okay.
You have a general idea. It's still within the area. It hasn't gone anywhere overnight.
Okay. Are we in the general area where we think it was last time?
Yeah.
I jump off the ship.
Okay. You are currently falling.
Okay. Before I take damage, I put my ring on.
Okay. So you get 10 feet before you're about to hit tree and brush. You throw your ring on, which coasts you down, and you are now among canopy and tree until about 20 seconds later. You clear all that, and you can now see the inner forest once again. The light barely kind of peeking through from the morning, and you kind of can see in the distance, amidst all of the trees and the trunks. You see no Tarrasque, but you can start to see brush and what would be again the edges of Liln, with small outposts in the trees and small footbridges until you eventually come to rest on the ground.
Do I see any brush or trees or things that have been pushed down in a certain direction?
Make a perception check. Most trees seem to be standing. It doesn't look like anything has necessarily come through or forced its way through this area.
I say the command word into my axe and I wave it up. I try to wave it up at the airship, signifying that it's all clear. That's what I do.
Okay.
Can we see the
The
light
rest-
from up top?
No, you haven't seen anything. The rest of you watch as Chad jumps off the edge of the ship and you are left to each other. That probably takes you, I don't know, minute and a half. So a minute and a half goes by and you guys have don't hear anything, don't know anything, just kind of quiet and silence.
I yell, "I'm here," to no one in particular.
FYI, I'm a natural explorer, so difficult terrain does not slow our travel anyway.
So what are the rest of you doing on top of the ship?
I'm just trying to see if I can see any movement that looks unnatural amongst the trees.
Zan immediately looks for a way down safer than just jumping off the side of the ship.
It takes just a little bit to get the rope ladder undone, but a couple of the crew members take it and throw it over the side, and you just hear until it kind of swings and sways. You now have a rope ladder that you guys have taken down previously.
Then I will grip it on the outside and hook my feet slightly on the outside and do the quick fireman slide straight down the rope ladder.
Make a
Are you wearing gloves?
Please be wearing gloves.
make an athletics check just to keep your
Okay.
grip.
We're sure that this is an acrobatics?
You're trying to slide. I mean,
Trapeze,
you
I
jump
mean.
over. I mean, you jump over the side. You were just trying to make a quick way down, so you got to keep your grip on these side of this rope, so you don't slip out. Okay, easily enough.
Nice.
You slow yourself to a pace that wouldn't cause you to go out of control. You make your way down the same way until you find yourself standing next to Chad.
Whoa, what a rush. Hi, Chad.
Hey, buddy.
I want to pull the rope ladder up so that it's just above the tree canopy.
Okay.
Hook it so that that's the length it's at right there.
Okay.
That's just all I'm doing right now. And then, like I said, did I see any unnatural tree movement? Because if this thing was hitting it and trees were swaying slightly different than they would.
You haven't seen any unnatural tree movement. The only thing that you see is there is still the point within the trees that is escaping out is this green light that was bright in the evening and is still bright as can be, that is poking anywhere it can find escape through the trees, seemingly brighter than before.
So we know this thing is somewhere within this range, we just don't know where.
Right.
Let's see if I can scare it.
I wish Zan still had his drums and stuff.
I want to climb down to the bottom of the rope ladder where it's above the tree. And I want to cast Thunder Wave into the forest.
Okay. So you cast Thunder Wave just kind of on the top of these trees?
Yeah, I just want it to make it echo and see if I can scare this thing. Or figure out where it's at, or make it jump or move.
Okay. So you cast Thunder Wave. Those of you, the two of you on the ground, hear from the top of the trees this boom that kind of ripples out. And it waits for a second until you kind of hear this.
I go that way.
Okay.
Indeed.
We see. Do I see the movement, or does it move the trees?
No, you just hear this shrieking pierce of a scream.
Tell the captain to head in that direction.
Okay. So he heads that direction, which is closer to the green light. So you still have the both of you, Chill and Una Ora, on top of deck. So Chad and Zan Falcon, as you get closer, you recognize this area as this is where you were the previous day. So you can see trees and these little rope bridges that look seemingly familiar until you kind of find yourselves at the same tree that you climbed up yesterday. You can see as you get closer, probably a few hundred feet, you don't see the beast quite yet, but you do see this the wall of logs that seemingly acts as a protection for the city, and you do see this piercing green light that is, while you can't see its source, you can see reflections of it coming from that direction. What do you do?
You said we're a couple 100 feet away, probably?
A couple 100 feet from the outskirts of the wall.
And I'm sorry, where's the green light coming from?
Within the wall.
And the sound was coming from?
Beyond the wall.
Do I see any of the canopy crosswalks above us that may lead with the better vantage point?
Yeah, there's one directly above you.
I want to scramble up to it.
Make an athletics check.
We're sure this isn't acrobatics.
We are sure.
You can't parkour up the trees.
Hey,
Okay.
16 again.
So you decide this time that bear hugging the tree and trying to work your way up did not work yesterday. So finding a tree that has better limbs that you can reach, you do manage to get yourself up one of the trees and onto the rope bridge.
I'll whisper down to Chad and tell him to con him on up.
I do as instructed.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, dwarf, do you want me to toss you up there?
You can try, but I don't think you're going to do very well with that.
Still able to scramble up, but not quite as quick and as fast as Zan was able to find it, surprisingly, from yesterday. You find yourself up, you climb over a branch, almost doesn't hold under your weight, but just enough to jump off and onto this rope bridge. You guys can see that there's a connected path that you could either kind of take the right path or the left. Both of them will take you over the wall and towards the inward of the city.
I asked Chad if he sees anything on either pathway ahead of him, since he probably has the better vision here, and what he recommends we do.
I take a look.
Okay. The right path looks like it kind of skirts out and around before crossing over. And the left path looks a little more direct towards that green light. You guys are probably about 35 feet up from the ground at this point. That's about where the rope bridges hang. So the left path looks more direct and more straight, but you don't see any other beings currently. You don't see anything on these rope bridges, and you don't really hear anything since that one scream.
Since the captain has moved us closer towards where the scream came from, I want to cast Thunderwave again.
Okay.
To kind of help more pinpoint where this thing is at.
So this time you hear another screeching squeal, and you kind of hear this slam, and it reverberates. And so Chad and Zan, your tree starts to kind of shake, and then you hear slam, and more shaking. You can definitely pinpoint this thing is, I mean, the way that you're going.
About how close do you think we could ascertain our distance?
You're probably 500 to 600 feet out.
Chad, shall we stealthily move that way or just take off running towards it?
Let's stealth, and I take off running towards it.
Okay. Roll your stealth check with advantage, Zan, or disadvantage, excuse me. Zan, you can roll normally.
God.
Okay, so Zan takes the quieter approach and stays behind you, kind of keeping low. You just full on book it, and you are just heading there as quickly as possible. You make your way left and then right. And while Zan, you can keep an eye on Chad, he is just, there is no regard for
Anna
anything.
yells from the ship, I can hear it. I can hear it running. But it's
Is he
Chad.
barbaric yelping as he goes?
Ah!
He's attempting to be quiet, but he's just full on, I want to kill this thing. And so his axe is kind of, hitting things. And so you guys head that way. Zan, because you're able to kind of look, you look to the right, and you can see as you guys cross over top of this wall that about 50 feet to the right, there is a large hole or intrusion that has happened to the wall. It has been busted, and while the trees have not been moved, the city wall has just been obliterated, and you can see these large footprints that lead inward towards the city.
How large is this hole?
Well, it's not the hole, but the hole in the wall is probably 40 to 50 feet wide.
How close am I to the the closest point of the intrusion?
I mean, it's about, you'd have to swing a right at your next intersection to head over to it. You're about 50 feet away from it, but you'd have to probably either double back or go forward.
But I can tell that the monster's not at that point at this moment, correct?
No, right. You don't see it. This is probably where it came in.
Since we were tracking it with the airship, listening to the sounds, am I above it yet? Do I know?
I mean, you guys get a good sense that you're probably above it, but you can't see it, and you only hear it. You only hear what everyone else is hearing.
How close is Chad to me?
At this point, I mean, he was just being loud, so I mean, he's still probably close to you.
I want to try to swiftly close the distance and touch him and cast light on him and make it be a pink light and tell him to go get him, Tiger, and pat him on the butt and send him out there.
Okay.
Well, I think my axe makes a golden color, so it's golden pink. I'm just emanating golden pink.
Yes.
Now it's fabulous.
No, now you just brought back horrible, horrible memories of our old
Our
bathroom.
last house, yeah.
Yep.
That's
Honestly,
what
that
I look
doesn't
like.
exist anymore. That pink bathroom has been utterly destroyed and redone. Yay!
All right. This is going to be something that Zadius has never done before. While hanging off the edge of hanging on to just a rope ladder right at the end, I want to cast Speak with Plants.
Okay.
And I want to ask the trees to move their branches and part the way.
Okay. What's the spell say?
They can't uproot themselves, but they can freely move branches, tendrils, and stalks.
Can they help us move down to the ground?
Can they restrain the Tarrasque?
Okay. So within 30 feet of you,
I'm right at the top, so that should give me at least 50 feet down. I'll be able to see 50 feet down.
What do you mean?
Because I'm right at the top of the tree line, which is 80 feet tall. So I should be able to affect the top 30 feet of the trees.
Well, sure, but within 30, I'm looking 30 feet wide. Yeah, you can probably talk to.
I just want to get them. to move the
about 3
branches.
trees. Well, what do you say to them?
I would ask them to that we are trying to prevent any further destruction to them, and I need their assistance, and I need to be able to see underneath them to the best of their ability.
Okay. So you kind of ask them to kindly move, and you, let's see here. Yeah, you watch as the trees slowly start to kind of bend, and you hear kind of this almost because it magically, but the big trunks stay firm. However, the branches kind of bend and twist enough. They can't fully give you a full 50 feet or 30 feet full, but they break enough that you have a nice sized hole to see down in past this canopy. So you now have for about 10 minutes, you'll have a window in which you can see. Make a perception check.
That's super rad.
14.
So through this hole that has been created, you can see part of the city. You guys are now over top of the city. You don't see any rope bridges, but you see various large trees that have been hollowed out indoors, and kind of the trees form these kind of streets, and you see little outposts and little brick and wooden buildings that have kind of been constructed. This seems to be probably, if you had to guess, the western part of Liln.
Do I see the Tarrasque at all, or any movement from the Tarrasque?
You don't see the Tarrasque. You see these green beams of light that are still emanating from further east. And with a 14, you do see some humanoids moving down on the ground.
Is it Zan and Jack?
You don't think so.
Chad waves anyway to the direction where Zionese is because he knows. I track the Tarrasque.
Okay. So as that's happening, you continue to move forward. You get to, let me see here. You get to a tree post and you stop. You kind of squint your eyes. And you are now well kind of within the city. And you can see, while there's not a clearing of the larger trees, there are smaller trees that are kind of closer to the ground. Some of the ones that you're walking to and from. And you kind of push past one, and you can see that there is the rope bridges kind of make almost a square, almost as if this is kind of a spot where if something were to be needing defending, it would probably be brought here because there's the most advantage. And as you kind of look past the bridge closest to you, you see the movement, and you see the scales, these large protruding, almost hook-like giant, almost like swords on the back of this creature. Its hide just looks thick as can be, and it's on its two hind legs with a tail that just sweeps past its back. And it doesn't seem to be causing destruction, and it doesn't seem, it seems like if given the right motivation, it would do terrible things. But in its current state, it just kind of looks unassumingly, unbothered, almost in a somewhat trance, as you can also see that the giant green orb of light has started descending. And in similar fashion to as you've seen before, there is this giant line in just space that is brightest lime green as can be. And you assume this is one of the portals that leads to the plane of beasts. Although not open, it is much, much, much larger than any of the portals that you have seen before. And so, being probably 100 to 105 feet currently away, you can finally see the beast that you seek.
Just in case Zan doesn't see it, I tell him, and I wonder if he has the rings to contact the ship, because I don't have one.
I should have it. Zan checks to make sure that he's got his ring on to talk to the ship.
Why are you asking me?
Because, never mind.
You had it on last.
Then I will speak in my ring, tell them, we're all going to die. The tentacle face monsters are trying to summon its mom. Open the portal, kick it through, close the portal, let's go.
Didn't tell him the location of where it is with the square rope bridge thing.
Yeah, it's at X and Y where the big light and the thing is, and the other light.
And I see the light right from where the trees have parted.
You can see kind of the light coming off of it. You don't see it directly.
So we're not above it then? I thought
No,
we were above it.
You found a spot and you can hear it off to the distance. You are probably, let me look. You're probably 100 feet too far west.
I tell the airship to change course. How long will it take that airship to move that 100 feet?
I mean, he's just swinging it around right now. But you're going to lose your gap in the trees.
That gap, yes. But I can talk to the plants because it lasts for 10 minutes, so I can still coerce the plants in that section to move.
Okay.
Hey,
so
Dree.
Yeah.
Discord.
Hey, Boom.
Mm-hmm.
You look amazing today. Have I told you that?
No, you didn't. What do
It's
you
like
want?
You just encapsulate this energy, this je ne sais quoi. This machismo, this moxie.
Yeah, what can I do for you? What would you like?
Oh, nothing. I already like you.
Okay.
Everything he
Your
loves
bone-
dies.
Your beard looks different than yesterday.
Yeah? I'm sure it does.
You don't look so much like a ho 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 today.
You better watch yourself.
I know.
So as he gets us back in the right direction, I'm gonna tell the plants the same thing. I need to be able to see so that I can help prevent any further destruction of you guys.
Okay. So once again, the plants kind of split, and you can see. Let me see here. You can see once again.
Love those little gnome minis, by the way.
I was just looking at those.
Just saw
Garden
those. So my
gnomes.
character sheet was covering them.
Same.
Yeah, I've been watching him at the get go. I was hoping he'd like repose them and make them dance or something.
Okay, so you have a another gap in the trees. You can see through these larger trees, and you can now see portion of this beast, as well as this rope bridge. Make a perception check. You can see there are multiple humanoids now within this square.
You did say I can see part of the beast.
You can see some of it, yeah.
And how far away from me is it?
Well, you're up. If you're at the tree line, I mean,
20 feet.
Like what I'm trying to say is, it directly underneath me? Is it off to the side of me?
it's off to the side. It's off to the side of you. It's to the north of you, probably 35 some feet as the crow flies. So it's probably 50, 60 feet from you.
All right.
Tell Starfleet we have engaged the Borg.
I'm gonna tell the ship to get me just slightly closer to it.
You're as close, unless you're going down. You're as close as you're gonna be with your hole in the trees, unless you're gonna let your rope bridge down, and it's gonna try to swing you in there.
No, that's fine. Since I can still see the creature, it's within 100 feet of me. I want to position the spell just right so that I catch just the top of the Tarrasque, and I'm going to reverse gravity.
All right, go ahead and put it in there. So, target 50-foot radius, 100-foot high cylinder.
That's why I'm aiming for like the top of the Tarrasque, for the part that I can see, not the humanoids on the bottom, because I don't want them to be affected. I want it just to catch it and move it up.
Okay, so you just want the Tarrasque to be affected?
Yeah.
Okay. So dexterity saving throw.
It can try.
Okay. So that's a 9. But with legendary resistance, it can choose to succeed instead.
Are the trees strong enough to hold the Tarrasque is the next question.
Well, it's going to certainly try. So as you try to reverse gravity, the Tarrasque is going to take its tail and wrap it around the tree closest to it. And as things get upended, it starts to go, and the tree starts to uproot itself. It kind of grabs as it can and rips one of the rope bridges just asunder, but it's strong enough to kind of hold it. So it has a rope bridge and a tree. It's currently just kind of staying there.
It's stuck in the air, right? Because it's holding on to it's got one hand essentially on the rope bridge and the tail around the tree, so it's holding on to be prevented from going upwards. Correct.
It's kind of stuck right now.
But it's technically in the air. It's not on the ground.
Well, yeah, it's up in the air.
Right. It's not above the tree line. It's just stuck in the trees, essentially.
Right. So you have a minute on that.
Mm-hmm.
What are the rest of you doing? Because your time is ticking.
So it's out of my reach now?
It's still out of your reach because you're on a rope bridge.
Is it above me or below me?
Make a perception check so that you know what you're dealing with.
Oh, that was a disadvantage, so 9.
Well, with a 9, still kind of ready to get in there. You notice there are some humanoids that are around, And as you see the beast start to get upended, it's got its tail around one tree. It's holding onto one of these rope bridges, and it is directly to your northeast.
Can I get through the rope bridges to get to it where it's holding on?
You can make your way over to the rope bridge that it is grabbing currently. It's going to take you. It's going to take you about 150 feet by taking rope bridge.
Movement speed 40. I would like to do that. We're not in initiative yet, and I want to make sure that I'm not fighting it alone for 10 rounds. So I'm going to get closer and closer to it.
Okay, so your first move, you dash. I take it.
Sure. And I think Cass has something to offer.
I was going to ask, does that put me in combat with it?
I mean, you're concentrating on a spell that has uprooted at this point. Chad, as you start to rush, you rush forward and rush to the right. You can see on this rope bridge, there are two individuals that as you kind of start to rush past, they look at you and they take daggers and they're both going to try and make a swing as you are seemingly coming into something that you're not quite sure what is going on.
The cult.
I would like to do something as well.
I'm just asking, do I need to roll initiative yet?
Well, we're getting pretty close at this point.
If I'm following Chad, I would like to do something in response to all this, but in due time.
Okay, well, these guys are going to roll, then we're going to roll initiative.
Okay.
Because you're all starting stuff. So
wait, are these guys are these cultists? And I recognize that they're cultists and they have the robes and stuff.
With your perception check, they are not mind flayers, but they do appear to be in a cult.
I probably would have tried to push them off as I was going past. Just strong arm them out.
You can try to push the first one as you're going past. Make a strength check.
How's that?
All right. So your first one, you just body slam the guy, and he goes over the rope bridge and falls on his own neck and just falls on the ground. And as you go past the second guy, he tries to swing at you. What's your AC?
What did he roll? It's an 18.
Yeah, he doesn't come close. He rolled a 9 plus 3. So he just kind of swings, and you just keep on going. At this point, go ahead and everybody roll initiative then. We'll get you on the map.
Gosh, that initiative roll.
No!
What's with all these crit fails today? I did most of them.
Never lucky. I figured with those -1 athletic rolls I was pulling off that it was going to be an okay day. But nope. Crit fail right off the bat. If you crit fail initiative, do you have to go back 3 spaces? Is it like Chutes and Ladders?
No, actually, you don't get. You don't collect your $200, and you have to go to jail.
But before you go to jail, you land on luxury tax.
Right? Yeah. If you ever want to make somebody mad, just tell them that you want to calculate the percentage on that.
Okay.
I mean, strategically, though, it's not bad for the healer to go last. Does this mean we move to the map?
Working on it.
Ooh.
Wait, we have a map? I haven't seen a map in so long.
Get out.
Where would you like me to go?
We'll stay here because we gotta play, but you know what I mean.
First, you wouldn't let me use my camera today because you said I was too ugly.
That never happened.
Kind of disappointed we didn't see Santa Boom today.
You know, I was told I should do it, but my beard really took a beating from that temporary spray yesterday, so I got to be careful with how much I do that.
I wish Boom would have dressed up like Krampus.
Well, you can't see me. Maybe I did.
I can see you. I got the stream open.
Okay. Yeah, map.
The turn order didn't come with it. Our initiatives didn't come with it.
Well, okay. How about now?
Nope, 2 10s, not
I
ours.
see a 10 and a 10.
Well,
And
nuts.
that's just Cass and Dreve. Hey-oh!
That's not good because I see all of them. Okay.
We don't see any of the initiative.
Yeah, I'm working
just
on
the
it.
210s.
I guess I'll switch over to the map then and work on that.
It's a map. It's a map. It's a map. It's a map.
Okay. Can you see the turn order thingy?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it blank?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
24.
Chad with a 0. Sand Falcon with a 0. Oh, okay.
Give him a bonus.
Wait, I
cool.
got a 4.
You rolled a
Zainy's
4.
got a 5.
Fine, it's cool. Whatever.
What?
I got a 4.
Is
Zainy's
this-
got a 5.
Oh yeah, you did. I wrote them down. I just got to
They're
put them
still
all
in
in.
chat, so you can still see them.
As long as Chad goes first.
Oh, I didn't roll for Una. That's why. That's why she doesn't have one.
I'm still not on the turn order either.
I know. I'm working on it. Okay. Because your token is weird. Go ahead and
How rude.
her token is weird. It is.
Can I keep that initiative then? No, it's fine.
Fortunately,
I'll take
fortunately not. Okay, can everybody see now?
Yep.
Okay. For reference point, so the big giant black circle, that's your 30. That's kind of your. I don't think it's quite 30 feet, but that's your hole that you are at the top of. Inna, Una, Ora, and Chill are there, but they're technically on the top of the ship at this point. Yeah. Okay. So Chad, we did you. We did the people. We'll go ahead and start.
So it's gripping onto a rope bridge in a tree, right?
Yeah, the tree is over here. The rope bridge is the one to the right of it.
Can I get there?
With another dash, you would probably be able to get onto it.
Onto the Tarrasque? Because that's my goal.
Yeah. Right. Well, because it's holding it with your 40 foot. What do you mean the circle doesn't check out? It just hold on. I made one because you couldn't see it. So go ahead.
Go ahead, who? Me?
Yeah.
I get on it and I latch in.
Well, dash
That's
is
an action. Okay.
Yeah. But make an athletics check.
I would. Okay.
Okay. So you run to the tree, and then you run up the rope bridge that is currently holding onto its arm, and you currently situate yourself onto its back, kind of in between the spines.
And I like hold on to a spine, so I, for grip right now. Yeah, that's good. Because I'm not attacking it, so I shouldn't rage now. I should rage after, so I will. Okay. End of my turn.
Okay.
I've tamed this thing, guys. It's my new mount. Anyone want to go for a ride?
So at the end of your turn, the Tarrasque is going to take a legendary action, and it's going to take its other claw. And as it sees you start to move up onto the spines, it's going to reach back and try to attack you. $34.
My AC is 35. Yeah, 34 hits, yeah.
Okay.
I love how they do that, We all do that as a dungeon master. Does a 437 hit you?
You take 27 points of slashing damage as it kind of rakes across your back as you get situated. Yeah, I'm working on the circle. Chill's turn.
Yeah, Chill. Okay. So I'm gonna.
I have a question real quick. Do you have the balloon in the turn order to shoot the big ballista at it? Or the
Ooh.
big harpoon gun?
If they can see it, they're working on it.
Okay.
Does the circle, is that where the circle is, or isn't it centered from me?
Well, you're at the edge of it to see. You can see down into it. Or you can see part of it. Just give me a second.
Then that's the part they should shoot.
Well, she's at the bottom. They've got to move themselves to see. She's hanging on a rope bridge or on a ladder.
All right, so Zani's is hanging on a ladder. Me, Una Aura, and Chill are on the deck of the boat, right?
Correct. As far as I know.
All right, I think Chill's just going to have to bypass his turn because there's really nothing much he can do. He isn't going to jump into the lowery down thing all on his own. So anyway, so we'll skip
Okay.
it.
At this point, then, the cultists that have gathered around the Tarrasque are in the midst of shouting. And while it seemed docile at first, as the gravity started to upend it, they started kind of to get frantic. And so they start to kind of rush at it. Because the gravity doesn't go all the way to the floor, they are fine, but they rush towards it, seemingly kind of trying to move their ritual along. And the ones that are still on the rope bridge are going to move towards the direction that the dwarf just ran. So, Zan Falcon, you watch as a couple run left to right in front of you on the rope bridge.
How far do they move?
Well, you're currently kind of 15. I think you're about 30 feet from the intersection, but they move in a left to right pattern.
Okay.
And now the baby T. It is seemingly unhappy that it has got something on its back and is unable to find itself on the ground, is kind of moving around frantically.
As a free action,
so
can I go, there, Tarrasque?
You do, and as you kind of, it's okay, the frantic tail comes up and starts to smack at you.
So is it letting go of the tree?
Right.
Yeah, so the tail lets go of the tree at this point, and it starts to go up. So it's going to take its swing because that tree is almost done anyways.
Dude, it's my new flying mount. I did mention it was a mount. Now it's a flying mount. This is awesome.
Is the rope bridge strong enough to hold it by itself?
Well, no, but it's not going to happen right now. As soon it's getting there. 33.
That also hits.
So 21 points of bludgeoning damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw. This giant tail just comes and like whoops you.
Oh, and I was going to roll an advantage because of strength checks. I don't think I can. I think I have to rage to do that. Hang on. Yep, okay. So regular strength check.
Nice. So as it hits you, you kind of stay up just enough and are not knocked prone. And it's going to continue then in an upward motion as this tree kind of uproots and its tail flies. It's like frantic now as the rope bridge breaks, and you guys are kind of sent now upwards in the air as gravity, the reverse gravity on it, is continuing to push you up.
Ooh, can the boat see it? Can the boat see it now?
You don't know. You guys are so... Oh, goodness. All right. So, Una Ora's turn. She's going to come to you and ask what you need from her.
Who is she asking? Me?
She's asking you what you would like from her.
Well, I was about to send down some dryads to help the Tarrasque let go of the tree, but that has already happened.
Tell her to take out the cultists.
Yeah, that would be good. Cultists, yes.
Oh, okay. So she moves towards the edge of the boat. Trying to think of where the boat would be in relation, where you guys would set the boat up.
Well, I'm hanging from the rope bridge from it, so just keep that in mind.
No,
as a point of reference.
I know you are. She can take a shot.
You know, a rope bridge, once, if it's still holding on to it, turns into a rope ladder really easily because, you know, that's the nature of these things.
Okay, so she rolled a natural 20 on this guy, and so you watch as this arrow kind of streaks past you, Zines, and the cultist that tried to swing at Chad, it just goes shoo, and he falls. Inna, it is your turn.
All right, so I am going to cast Conjure Woodland Beings.
Okay.
And those are going to be 2 dryads.
What's the range on that?
$60 feet.
So where are you conjuring them?
Where can I conjure them? My goal would be to be down. Here, I'll just click there.
You're
between those two?
you're too far away for that.
Figured. Okay, so can I conjure them on the ground at all?
You're not within 60 feet of the ground.
Am I within 60 feet of the that bridge thing?
The rope bridge? Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes, you
so
are.
there. And then they'll have to make their own way down. All right, so they're going to go on the rope bridge right here.
Um. Hmm.
Yes.
The rope bridge may not be the safest place at the moment to stand. Just saying.
Well, their command is going to be basically charm everything. And if you can't charm it, kill it. And indicating those two cultists and, of course, the Tarrasque.
Can you hit your spell for me so I can read what the spell says?
It's only letting me cast it. How do you make it show the spell?
Go to your spells page and then click it. And it should put it in chat.
No, as I just said, it was asking me what level.
And it was
So-
conjure woodland beings, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm reading it. I'm looking.
Okay,
There you go.
thank you.
So go
it
ahead.
did- okay, so that did work, even though it was asking me what level. Never mind.
Go ahead and roll a d20 and add 1 to get them in the initiative order. So yeah, you kind of attempt to yell down, charm everything.
I just start winking at things.
And it can charm up to 1 humanoid and 3 beasts at a time. So each one is going to try to charm a cultist. They're both going to try to charm the Tarrasque. All together at different times, but all together.
Okay. Anything else for you?
I'm going to start putting chill into the thing to lower him down. And I'll probably just write it down with him.
Okay. Well, the casting is probably your action, so you guys can at least use your movement to head over
Right.
to start getting into the thing, but you'll probably take you it's probably going to be a little bit of a trip to get down there. Zinies, what would you like to do?
That's a good question. What would I like to do? So that thing. So I can see the 2 cultists. I can see the cultists on the ground, right?
You can see them.
Okay. And I can see the Tarrasque.
At this point, you can probably see a little of it as it's starting to go up. So your view on it's starting to kind of come up towards the canopy of the trees.
But I can see it though, right?
You can see part of it currently.
It should still work enough to do this spell. Because I know where I cast the anti-gravity or the reverse gravity spell. Right at the bottom of the anti-gravity spell or the reverse gravity, I'm going to cast Ice Storm at the bottom of it so that it goes up into the Tarrasque.
Okay.
It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, Well, that stinks. Oh well. Okay. I know now for next time.
No, what?
It has advantage. But it rolled a stinking 3 and a 5.
So it takes 17 damage.
All right.
Chipping away on his health, huh? That's pretty cool.
But
Chipping away indeed. The
Double
first damage on the Tarrasque.
First pun of the well, no, I punned earlier.
And
Okay.
that's my turn.
All right. Zan Falcon.
Zan is gonna go all anime style on this, okay? So hear me out. Zan's gonna very loudly acknowledge that with the way of the world, nothing ever truly dies, and energy can be, cast in many different forms. And because he knows there's things up ahead, he's going to cast Blight on the tree that's holding up all 3 of the bridges and kill the tree in front of him.
All right, go ahead and cast your Blight.
It doesn't. It automatically succeeds on a whatchamacallit, on a non-magical tree plant thing.
I just want to read it for funsies, but yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, kid aggro.
Okay, great. So as you say this and you target the tree immediately just shrivels and the leaves all almost as if they were hit with a harsh cold, but at the same time a harsh heat. They all wither and turn brown and just immediately fall. And what's left of the tree, just almost as if the insides are just scooped out, it just becomes dead and starts to kind of creak, taking your rope bridges, and is no longer supporting them. What are you trying to? Are you trying to just kill the tree, or are you like wanting it to take the rope bridges down?
Oh, I want. Well, I intended on killing the tree completely and causing all 3 of the bridges to collapse upon their other anchored end.
Then that's what happens is the tree just starts to lose what it has and starts to fall away from you. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. And
We're sure this isn't acrobatics? Just messing with you.
Well, it's a saving throw. So, okay, 16. So as the rope bridge comes down, you're able to kind of hold on enough, and as you get close enough to the ground, you roll off, finding yourself on the ground, but taking only 4 points of damage, while the other 2 can't get a grip on their rope bridge, and as it starts to fall, they just clatter to the ground, and they take more looking beaten and bruised, but doesn't kill them instantly.
Sadly, what about the dryads? Have they made all them their way down onto the rope bridge?
The dryads are on the rope bridge. They're going to have to make a save as well. So roll dexterity saving throws for your dryads. So it's going to be D20 plus 1 twice. All right, so 16. So which one do you want to succeed?
We'll just do left first.
Okay. So the left one succeeds and takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And the right one fails and takes 8 points. They have now found themselves on the ground as these rope bridges tree are kind of all out of commission.
See, Boom makes us a map, and what do? We destroy
You
the
just
map.
blow it
I'm
up.
sorry. Well, I was too afraid to cast Flame Strike in a forest. You know, I was like, well, how can I cause chaos, but on a limited scale, on a micro scale, not a macro scale?
Una Aura says, leave my forest intact and my city, casts Blight on a tree and destroys 3 rope bridges.
No. I acknowledge that it's still intact. Its energy has become something else. It is still in the universe, in the cycle of things. Zan doesn't completely absently mind to do this. It was for reasons.
And as Una Aura is making noises, you know,
She's probably
on top of
weeping.
the ship. Right. I tell her I'm going to help things in a minute.
Okay. So is that all for you, Zan?
No, actually. Well, hold on. Maybe. I need to check something.
At least I hope I am.
Wow.
So the fun guys, no, the cultists up there, the guy that's closest to the circle,
This guy? Okay, yeah. Yep.
he's gonna have a big old spectral hammer pop up beside him and whack him in the head.
Sweet. Roll for attack.
You got blurry, Dreef.
Oh my
I'm trying
gosh.
to fix it.
What is with my ones today?
There you
Oh,
go.
man. The spectral hammer appears and takes a big old blind swing and just goes straight over the cultist's head.
As a free action, can I stick my tongue out at the cultist?
Absolutely.
Thank
Here,
you.
because we can't see you, we'll all do it for you.
That was solid. Good work, everyone.
Great
You guys
timing.
are the best.
We all know how that goes. All right. So with that, right before Chad's turn, the Tarrasque's tail is going to come up and try to swat at you again. I don't know what's happening.
Swat.
All right. Roll the 5. So 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Got a plus 19. Oh my god. He can't not ever not hit me.
Or me.
Natural 1.
That's a 20. That's more than my AC.
Natural 1s automatically miss
Okay.
on their attack rolls.
Okay.
You take 30 in bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Is he raging?
He
No.
is
Raging?
not.
This is the most damage that he's had to take in a single.
Yeah, how
Single round.
how the mighty have fallen.
With
How's
a
it-
14, this time the tail kind of smacks you unexpectedly, and while on the back of this thing, still holding on to one of the spines, so you're not going to fall off, but you lay prone, so you're laying on the back of this Tarrasque. And before we get to the top of the round with your turn, we're going to take our break. So we'll be back usually about 5 minutes, unless something crazy happens. So we encourage you all to take a break too, get a drink or stretch your legs, and we'll be back momentarily.
LOL, Ash.
Hi.
Welcome back.
And we're back. I just realized that we needed to start saying something because X can't get the visual cues.
I was gonna say.
I've been
Actually-
watching whenever lived a game on Death Ends himself.
Gotcha.
But thank you guys for that. I appreciate it.
So that was one full round of combat.
And they saved the best for last. Oh yeah.
I don't
Okay.
understand, but okay.
No, I was thinking of something else. Okay, so
Well,
top of the round, Chad, you're prone on the back of this Tarrasque that is hanging on to nothing and is kind of floated up now towards the top of this. I mean, you guys are kind of in the canopy at this point.
I'm thinking that the actions of the last 6 seconds might have upset me a little bit. So I think I'm going to choose. I'm debating. No, I'm going to rage. What do I have to do to unprone? Just get up? That's one movement.
It's half your movement. So
Okay.
you're probably not really going anywhere.
I want to move to like the middle of its back. Like
Okay.
where I think it's hardest for him to hit me, because arms behind your back. So maybe that would cause it harder, make it, I don't know. That's up to the Dungeon Master. And I would like to latch in. I'd like to hook up.
Okay. Just make a strength check, just to see if you can pierce the hide of this large
17.
creature. 17. You hook in, but you're not quite sure if you're fully in there. As you can feel, this is a really, really tough hide. So you're kind of in there, but you didn't hear any scream or squeal, so it's pretty thick, but you think it's probably going to hold.
Okay, and second hook, you want me to roll for that too?
Sure.
24?
This one's better. Much deeper. So at least one of yours is more sturdy than the other.
But no damage.
Correct.
Okay. I'm guessing that's probably all you're going to allow me to do.
No, I was going to give you your I'll give you your attack if you'd still like it.
Okay.
I'll throw you a Christmas bone. 25.
Why am I rolling at advantage?
I don't know.
Huh,
But
25.
I'll take it. You can turn it off. 25 just hits.
So 29. Pay no attention to the 16.
Okay.
29 includes your rage damage?
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
Is your rage damage 5? Because there's a 5 in there.
I think. Stand by.
Standing by.
I have to learn how to play my character.
World leader standing by.
Yes, my rage is +5. So 29.
29 damage. As you take your axe and jam it in, it goes deeper than the hooks did, and just enough to start to open up this carapace of this creature, and you can see that the hide is thick. Like it is very thick. But this deals enough damage to kind of slice it open, enough to get your axe in there and deal some damage.
Do I get a second attack?
If you have a second attack, which I think you do. That hits as well.
It's also a 29.
Okay.
That's a magical slashing, I guess. It's a magical axe, so.
Yes. Yeah.
Why did you roll for the damage. Isn't it just straight damage?
Because I wanted to see what it does, because I haven't clicked that in a while, because I set it up, and I only roll... if I do that when I crit, it will automatically roll the second d20 to see if it does other things.
Right. But I thought your axe damage was like 31 or 32.
Yeah, I thought it was always a flat damage if you
Right.
hit.
That's what I thought too.
Right, I thought it was 29.
I thought it was like 32 or something, or 31 every time you hit with it.
I'll have to go back and check the tapes. For now, 29. I'm good with that
I
for
thought
now.
it was like 900 damage a
And
hit.
it kills instantly anything it touches without any recourse whatsoever. And every time I land a hit, it heals me to maximum. Plus, I get 100 temporary hit points.
Sounds legit.
Plus, I get a pony.
Everybody gets a pony.
No, you don't want a pony. No, I refuse the pony.
Don't love the pony X.
But it's a pony. You gotta love the pony.
Here's so what, real quick, go ahead and try to calculate what would be your max damage on diplomacy. Because I looked up the handout I gave you. It just says maximize your damage dice against the target, and then you have your rage multiplier and your other stuff.
So it'd be max total plus 10.
Yeah.
Which would be 34.
Okay, so that's another 5, which is another 10.
So I need to edit diplomacy.
Okay, so it's 30. It's 34 with each hit. Okay.
I'm not going to change that right now. The reason I put anything in diplomacy at all is for the second d20 roll. So what were you saying?
Right, and I think that's cool. Okay. I got it written down. So every time you hit, it's 34 damage.
Okay.
Anything else for you on your turn, though?
Like maybe a smoothie.
This looks like maybe not yet.
There's no smoothie dispenser on top of the Tarrasque.
No.
Oh, it seems
Maybe
so
Tarrasque blood smoothie.
But it's just a baby, so maybe when it if it ever grows up, maybe that's a feature that
I'm
comes
going to hope
later.
that it doesn't grow up, because we're trying to take care of that right now. So that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Chill's turn.
Chill. We're getting into the carrier thing.
Okay. We'll say on Chill's turn, one of the gnomes comes by and hooks him up and starts to lower him over to the side so that he can start on his way.
I was going to join him in the carrier.
When we get to your turn, we'll kind of just throw you on there, because it only moves so fast. So we'll just say to get you guys on your way, because I don't want to hinder you. You know, you're already up there. So we'll say that the gnome is starting to lower. You can still probably hop on your turn, and you guys can make your way down.
Cool.
Okay, so that's Jill's turn. The cultists, they're not quite sure what's going on, especially with the reverse gravity. The two do not notice the dryads behind them, but the one. Here's a question, X. Does your hammer get attacks of opportunity? It's a question I don't know. It's an answer I don't know.
I'm checking.
Sorry for the extra rolls.
Doesn't say that it doesn't. Doesn't specifically say that it can't. So go ahead and roll an attack of opportunity as this cultist is going to try and engage the dryads. The other cultists are going to kind of move so that they are under the Tarrasque as they start to kind of push their hands up towards it, and they just kind of continue their chanting. 28 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 10. So he doesn't even make it over to the dryads, because as he starts to move and you just kind of move your hand real quick, your spiritual weapon smacks him, and this time it hits with his head and just cracks his skull, and he just kind of goes flying and leaves himself unmoving and lifeless.
Whack-a-mole, let's go.
The other cultists are going to start making their way down. So with their full movement, they can get to the ground. It's now Big T, Baby T. Let's see. So baby T is kind of, you guys did a good job of mobilizing it, but it still knows it's got something on its back. It can't really get you with a bite and claws. The tail is really the only thing that really can. So it's going to do another tail attack,
which automatically hits unless it crit ones, right?
I mean, pretty well, yeah, because you have an AC of 19, natural 15. So here we go.
34 hits.
So 24 reduced to 12 bludgeoning damage, and make another strength saving throw.
At advantage this time.
Now it would be, yep. Okay, so you take the hit, but you're able to stay standing, so you're not knocked prone on your back. The dryads will take their turn.
All right, so Blue's going to go first, and the goal is to charm the one in front of it.
Okay. If the target can see the dryad, which it cannot, must succeed on a wisdom save, but it cannot see it. So it is charmed. The charmed creature regards the dryad as a trusted friend to be heeded and protected. Although not under the dryad's control, can take the dryad's requests or actions in the most favorable way.
Okay, so I've charmed this thing. So the dryads, the goal of the dryads is to basically take control of cultists, and I want the cultists, I want them to have the cultists attack the other cultists. So get all the cultists engaged together. But I don't know what the cultists' attacks or abilities are.
Sure.
Are they, so they've charmed the cultists, they probably don't know what their attacks or abilities are. So are they just gonna tell them to attack the other cultists?
Yeah, they can just kind of, they can try to incite a riot, essentially. They can attempt to have them attack the other cultists.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to do the same thing with the purple one?
Yep, with the one in front of it.
Okay. So your dryads have successfully charmed the two cultists ahead of them. All right. Una Aura is going to make her way down with you guys. So as Chill is being lowered, she's going to grab on to the rope and hold on as it's being lowered down.
Hey, Una.
Yes?
So tell me, what's going on with you and X?
I believe that's probably a conversation for quite another time. But
No, we got
I
a few
would.
minutes. I mean, you're not doing anything while we're headed down on this thing, right?
I guess you're right.
We have what, 6 seconds to chat?
Yeah, and that's about that's probably all you. Well, her turn and your turn. I guess you could get. He's just so hard to read. You know, he's quite a complex sort of individual.
Okay.
That's all you get. Is there anything else specifically that you want to do besides jump on and be lowered? Okay.
I have a question because I know Enna is going down with Chill on Chill's carrier. I'm on the rope ladder where it's being suspended.
Mm-hmm.
How is Una getting down? Because
she's on the carrier with me.
She's on the rope. She's holding onto the rope.
Okay. I was like, because this wasn't going any lower. I was like, am I suddenly going lower than I wanted?
No. You're staying where you're at. Inna has kind of jumped, even though she was behind in initiative. She's jumped on, and she's kind of with Chill, and then Una kind of jumps on as well. She's like fireman on the rope, and the rope is being lowered down.
Okay.
It is your turn, Zines.
Has this thing cleared the tree line yet? The reverse gravity?
Above? Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Then I am gonna go ahead and cast Healing Word at a level 5, because it's the highest I can cast it through the staff, on my buddy Chad.
Do you have to be able to see him?
He's got to be within 60. He's got to be within 60 feet of me.
We always see each other. That's how friendship works. She's right there on my camera. I see her. She's right there.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. Aw, damn. So you only get 11 hit points back.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's like 22 in Chad terms.
Yeah.
Hey, Boom, could I please retcon something for the Dryads? Could they move toward the tree to the right?
Yeah, how far do you want them to move?
Basically to where they're at the tree.
Like here?
I think
Or like under the tree?
There's a spell, or not a spell, there's an ability, Tree Stride, where they can move from one tree to another, so they have to be at the tree to be able to move to another tree. So whatever that means.
Okay. So you want them to be close enough they can tree stride their next move.
Exactly.
Okay. They should be.
Thank you. Sorry.
Look.
The crit fails are strong with us today.
The one can get there, and the other one is close. Are you doing anything else, Zinese?
Because that's a bonus action spell. Can I cast a bonus action spell with an action? Because I think you can go up, you just can't go down, right?
I think we've discussed that before, and I think I said depends on what you.
I'm just gonna cast another healing word on him, but since this one was cast at a level 5, the highest I could do was a level 2.
I'm still over 100, just saying, just in case.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything else. I don't have any other action spells that are worth casting. Because I can only cast a second level spell or lower. Because I already cast a 5th level spell this turn.
Right. I don't remember what I've said in the past.
Is it okay then if I use my action to cast a bonus action spell?
I don't know what slippery slope I'm getting into. So sure.
Like I said, it's only going to be a level 2 healing word because it's
I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to think of what other. It's fine. What other
Hey, you get
ramifications
another
it'll have.
7 hit points.
Sweet. Ash makes a good point. I'm going to start doing that.
All right. So is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So in between your turn and Zan Falcon's turn, it's going to take a legendary action to tail swipe Chad. Natural 1.
That misses, apparently. I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to attack it using one of my superiority dice.
Okay. What maneuver
This
are you
is
using?
riposte.
Okay.
I learned from watching you.
Oh, buddy.
I'm going to say that probably misses.
It does miss. You don't like cut your leg off or anything, but
I forgot to cuss. Can I cuss first and re-roll that? Because I was supposed to cuss.
Come on, Boom. It's Christmas.
I don't think cussing advantage no, I don't think so.
Cussing advantage always works at Christmas. What are you talking about?
You know what? Because you're using your battle maneuver, fine.
Okay, here I go. I'm going to do the things. Does this 14 hit?
It does not.
Damn it.
But you tried.
I tried really hard. Thanks for letting me try in the spirit of Christmas.
In the spirit of Christmas.
There.
There.
Cussing in the spirit of Christmas.
All right, Zan Falcon.
I'm gonna flop and go up in there, and I'm gonna flip. No, I'm just yeah. I'm gonna go forward.
Okay.
And while I'm right here, I'm going to call upon something. I've got to make sure I can do this. Do. It's
an axe. Am I the only one that can hit this thing? Is that what's going on? Is that because it's so high and stuff? Is that what's happening? Like I'm the only one melee range?
No. I'll get there. It's just taking me a little bit. I've had to kill a tree or two. Apparently,
I was just trying to figure out what was going on here.
Well, you guys are in the air. I mean, 60 to 70 feet now.
Okay, where I'm pinging, I'm casting Guardian of Faith.
On the ground?
Hold on. Wait, it doesn't say how big the Guardian of Faith is. A large, yeah, it becomes a large whatever. It specifies large. But yeah, on the ground.
Okay.
So when the thing falls down in its range. But yeah, anyways, right there, right up against the guy and by the other guy. And it affects in a 10-foot radius.
Ping it for me again.
Yeah. And of course, an increased creature hostile to you or us that moves in a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed a dexterity saving throw.
So
And
that cultist, you mean?
Yeah, buddy.
But the cultist isn't hostile to us right now because it is currently charmed.
Ooh,
That's
touche.
true.
Then he's just sitting there waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so.
Should have cast it
Okay.
on the Tarrasque's leg.
And as my bonus action, the banhammer's gonna smack the other guy, the other cultist.
Okay.
So many monitors, I'm getting lost. Does a 29 hit?
It does.
Yay! 6.
Yeah, with that, the banhammer comes around the other side and just smacks him and sends him flying the other way.
Another one bites the dust.
Is that all for you?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, before Chad's turn, the tail is going to come and whip it. That's a 9
9 doesn't hit.
plus 19.
That hits.
So 19 reduced to 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it's now your turn.
I'm going to hit him. And I'm going to cuss first because that's what I was told to do.
$23 does not hit.
Wow.
Okay, you're gonna need more than one cuss word in there.
Cass is gonna know if you don't cuss more than once.
That didn't work.
18 does not hit.
Yeah, okay. That was a great turn.
All right. Jill continues to be lowered down. But for the full 6 seconds, you're getting close.
So they're lowering down from the airship, right?
Correct.
And the airship can't see this Tarrasque that it's lowering things down to shoot with this big Tarrasque killing guns that we have mounted on there.
Especially since a tree got cleared out of its way.
You're currently in the air, and you're about to reach the above the canopy is where you guys are headed. So no, it can't see it yet, and it's not on the ground, so it can't see through this giant clearing because it's up.
Okay.
The cultists move under the Tarrasque, as they already were. The two that are charmed are going to move towards their buddies as well. And they're going to do as they were told and try to attack. Natural 20 and a 4. So the one guy just comes up behind this cultist, just plunges his dagger into him and just kind of like takes him down, acting as they should. And they're going to continue there. The others are going to move up. And that's where they stay. Baby T. At this point, you and Baby T break the top of the canopy, and so you are above the trees. Gravity is still reversed at this point. It's going to swing at you with its tail. 13 plus 19. So 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw, even though you've got your hooks in.
That's me. Strength saving throw. Sorry.
Okay. So you're not knocked prone, but as you guys clear this canopy, you can see the airship at this point. And it is approximately
Pretty close.
40 some feet, probably from the edge of the Tarrasque.
I give it the shoot the Tarrasque. Shoot the Tarrasque.
Okay. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. The dryads have been going in the wrong turn order. The boat shoots. That's a 3 plus a 5. So as one of the guns launches off, it just goes wide and does not hit you guys at all.
So it's only going to be able to hit if it crits. That's what it sounds like to me.
The two smaller, they hit, but they're not large enough to really make an impact, and so they just kind of bounce off. Your dryads, Cass. It is their turn.
Okay, so they are going to go from this tree that they're at to the other green tree that has the cultists in front of it.
Okay.
And I assume those cultists, which way are they facing?
Towards the Tarrasque.
So they're going to do the two that are closest together right in front of the tree. And I'm sorry, no, they can't charm them at the same time, so they're going to attack them.
Okay, so you want them to attack the cultists?
Yeah, and that's going to be with the club with Shillelagh.
Okay.
All right. So they're going to move up. The blue one's going to move up under the one on the left, and basically wherever in their rows. They're just going to nope. The one next. Sorry, move. Yes, there. All right, blue one's going to swing.
Okay. That'll hit.
And that's the damage for that one.
Nice.
And I assume that hits for the purple one.
Yep.
And that's the damage for the purple.
All right. So the dryads move up and just like crack these guys on the skull, so they know they're there now, but they're hurt.
I'm wondering why her 23 hit, but my 23 did not hit.
Yours was on the Tarrasque, mine's on occultist.
That makes a lot more sense to me in my head. Thank you.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Because
I'm glad you were able to explain that so quickly to him, because.
So not everything has an AC of 23 or more than 23.
That's why I even asked if it hit, because obviously isn't it a 25 or something for the Tarrasque? Something ridiculous.
Maybe if I paid attention to what's going on, I wouldn't have to ask these questions. Just saying.
Oh no, that never happens to me.
Okay. Una Aura is still on her way down. Anna, anything you'd like to?
Isn't Una Aura an archer?
Yeah, but she's using her hands to hang on to this rope.
Fair enough.
If she was maybe like standing and balancing on like, you know, a platform or something, she could probably give it a shot, but
I bet Una Aura is talented enough to do like the gymnast thing and twist that rope and hang up on it from her feet and shoot that shit upside down.
You want me to roll for it and see if she falls to her death? Breaks your neck?
No, I'm just kidding. No.
I heard him. I heard it.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. X hasn't said that he loves her yet, so she may be safe.
I used the other L word. The one from Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Which one is that? Are you allowed to say it here?
No.
Okay then. So Una, are you gonna move to Parna to be closer to X?
I mean,
You know, eventually.
Depends on how this goes, I guess. My people do really need me here. I was going to propose to him that perhaps he could take some time and come live with me. That is, if we get out of this mess and
If we're not done in the next 10 minutes? Gotcha.
crushed, yes.
All right. So I'm basically like almost writing chill as we're going down. So my arms are free.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. What do you want?
Thanks.
What do you want to try and shoot?
Well, there's really nothing. Okay. So are we still, has the boat not moved? Are we still where we are?
Ship can't move any closer because of the density of the.
Yeah, the ship's kind of quote unquote anchored where it is.
So would you say that the lowering thing is at the front of the ship or the back of the ship?
Kind of envisioned on the side.
Right, but on the side to the front of the ship, I mean, isn't the ship facing?
Where you're at on the map is I mean, pretty much where you're probably going to end up on the ground.
What's your range with that bow anyway?
Yeah, I know.
Because that's not hard for you to hit.
There's another big target too. I don't know if you guys have seen it on the map, but there's a really big target there too that, you know, I'm just, you know.
Right, it takes 25 to hit, which I don't know that I've ever rolled a 25 attack.
Okay, so are you just expecting me to hit it for 25 every time and take it down myself? Because I'm good with that.
What I would love is if you would kind of do something like on its neck or an area that I can actually aim for and not up on its back, and you open something up that I can hit, I'm going to whip out my very expensive poison and I'm going to take a shot. But until then,
I'm going to grab it and like pull it back so it reels up, exposing the soft underbelly that I'm sure it has, which his AC is probably like 10. So that she can take a shot there. That's what I do on my not action.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that the soft underbelly is as thick as your skin, your actual skin, and is impenetrable.
It's true.
But yeah, you give me a place to shoot. I'll slap that poison on my arrows and I'll shoot it. All right, so the cultists that I can get to are fighting or were fighting. All right, I can hit the one that Chad is fighting.
I'm fighting the Tarrasque.
He's not fighting it. It's there on. It's on the ground.
Oh,
that cultist is technically on the ground. Those.
All right, that's the one I'm going to shoot at.
Okay.
This one looks like he's in the aura of.
Yes, he's charmed, so I'm not going to attack him.
Yeah, those two guys with the hearts are charmed.
Yeah.
There's one that I'm
charmed.
wearing for a hat on the map.
Yeah.
Right, that's the one I'm shooting at.
$11 does not hit.
All right, then I start singing elevator music as we continue down.
All right. Zines, what would you like to do?
You don't get was that a second attack, that one?
Oh, yeah. You don't get 2 attacks?
No.
Aren't you a ranger?
Okay.
What are you again?
I thought you did.
I'm a ranger.
Extra attack
No,
at level 5?
Jill gets.
No, it's because she gets. No, rangers don't because they have their companion that gets to attack on their turn.
Right, and he's not, and he can't, so.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
And I'd really rather that he doesn't attack me, so.
I guess on the underbelly of the Tarrasque again, I will cast Ice Storm again.
Okay.
At a level 5.
What's that? A wisdom save?
Yep,
So 18.
that's my exact DC.
Okay.
So it takes half damage.
Okay.
So what's it? So it's what?
18.
17. So 20. 9 plus 17 is what? 24?
It's 36, so it's 18.
26.
18.
Isn't it
13.
7, 14, and 2? 7, 17, and 2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so that's 26.
Oh, yeah, I'm off
26.
by 10, so yeah, sorry. I'll shut up.
no worries. No, you're good. I'm like just trying to make sure. It's 26.
It's at least
half
400 damage, I'm pretty sure. 400.
400? Okay. I'm bad at math.
I redid the math, and 400 is what I keep coming up with.
Solid. Anything else for you, Zines?
No, I'd say that's probably about it for now.
Okay. Zan Falcon.
The man, the Zan. Let's go. I thought I knew what I was going to do, but then I just had an epiphany. Pardon me one moment. All right, then an attempt to help my friends. Got two things I want to do,
Okay.
but I don't know if I can do one of them. So hold on one second. Sorry. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians on myself there, and it's going to protect me. They'll basically give me an aura of 15 feet, and they appear angelic.
Okay.
And basically, I'll say that anybody that's associated with me and my crew are safe from them, and anybody else is going to be speed is halved in that 15-foot area. Whenever a creature enters the area for the first time on their turn or starts their turn there, they've got to make a wisdom save and throw. Failed save, it takes 3d8 radiant, and then a save, it takes half the damage, like usual.
Okay.
And I'm going to recast Spiritual Weapon at a level 6. Right in between the two druids. It's got a 60-foot range. Let me make sure I can do it correctly. Whoops, not like that. Yeah, well, yeah, it's gonna pop up in between the two, the spiritual weapon, and it's gonna hit the one right here.
So you want it
as I'm doing
there.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what were you saying earlier, Dreve, about you can only cast under a level 2 because you casted a level 5, right?
I think that's if it was a main spell. This is specifically a spell that is cast as a reaction or bonus action. But I will double check it, sir.
X, does that does any of that require no, there's no reason that that would require use of voice or anything in that area, right?
No.
Cool.
But I have the spell driver feat, which is why I did it.
What's the spell driver feat say?
You are no longer limited to only one non-cantrip per spell. However, should you cast 2 or more spells in a single turn, only one of them can be of 3rd level or higher.
Oh, so that specifically says that.
Mhm.
Okay. So
It's the feat from the crit roll book.
no, I know I know. Yeah, I'm good on that. I want to make sure he's good to do his level 3 action and his level 6 bonus action. Sounds good to me. Which cultist are you attacking? I missed it. Okay. 18 hits.
Oh
Sweet.
my freaking.
Well, so you smack him. He's just not dead. Would you like to accomplish anything else?
I'm gonna walk this way. That will be my turn.
All right. Before your turn, Chad, the tail is going to swing up at you again. 32 to hit.
Uh-huh.
Which misses, of course.
22 divided to 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, see, Boom's not even immune from the ones.
I know it. So it is your turn.
I'm going to rapid fire 2 axe attacks.
All right.
They don't hit.
Both.
My turn's over.
Okay. It we'll say at the start of Chill's turn, he manages to reach the ground. What would you like him to do?
Cast.
Oh, sorry. All right. Chill's on the ground then?
Yeah.
Who's the guy in the bright circle?
That is Zan Falcon's Guardian of Faith.
Okay. So, Zan, you've got a Guardian of Faith, and then you've also got that hammer thing, right?
Yep, and I've also got an aura around me of my spiritual guardians.
All right. Chill is going to start making his way toward the cultist in the top right.
Okay. And that's his full movement, right?
Yep.
Well, he can, if you want him to get there, he can't attack, but he can dash.
And that's 60, right?
And it doubles, so he'd have up to 80, but he could get there.
All right. Yep.
Okay. And that's all he's doing, right? You're getting up there?
Yep.
All right. Your dryads.
All right. So they're going to do their swing thing at these two guys again. So blue first.
Pop him on the boop him on the snoot. Whoop.
$12 does not hit.
So that was blue. This is purple.
Wow.
Okay.
And they're staying put?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everything, the round where everything happens. Count 10. The cultists go first. The two are going to turn around and attack at your dryads. This one's an attack on blue. That's a 14. Which wouldn't hit because they haven't bark skinned. So that's 5 points of slashing to blue. And that's a 10 attack of 10 on purple, so that does not hit. This cultist is going to turn towards you, Zan, and is going to cast spiritual weapon behind you. And it's going to make an attack. That's a 19 to hit.
Barely hits.
All right. So that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the spectral hammer behind you.
As a free action, can I laugh and say I'll show you how to really do that?
You sure can. You sure can.
Thanks,
And then this cultist near Chill is going to try and jab at him as you guys are getting in their space. It's a 16 to hit Chill. Okay. So he kind of lunges half-heartedly and is unable to hit. On Big T's
And Chill
turn,
laughs at him.
I can only imagine.
How would that laugh sound? Just for theater of the mind, just curiosity.
I'd also like to know.
Seems good.
Solid.
I love
Inspiration
it.
die for that right there, man. Chill should definitely get an inspiration die for that one.
A good one. Sure, I'll allow it. Even though Chill's not a actual person, I'll give it to Cass. How about that?
Whoa! Chill's an actual person, you jerk.
They're not a player. We've been over this.
No, they play every Sunday that we play.
I'm not doing this right now. Big T's gonna make a tail attack at Chad.
Thank you, X.
28 to hit.
Strangely, that's gonna miss.
So 28. Can't do math.
14 is the number you're looking for.
14 bludgeoning damage. The ship has reloaded and is going to fire at the Tarrasque. That's a 21. So it kind of punctures in. Doesn't seem to quite damage. The smaller guns are going to take another shot. They're not rolling well. It's a 7. And a 25 on the dot. They crit.
Chad is bloodied.
What? No. This is the airship on the Tarrasque.
The Tarrasque hit me for 14 points, right?
Yeah.
Chad is bloodied.
Sure.
Wow.
So that's 22 points of damage to the Tarrasque.
How's the Tarrasque looking? It's taken some damage, so I'm just wondering how it's looking. Fine, unscathed.
Not unscathed, but I think it's probably looking okay.
His
And
hair
this
is
is
messed
just-
up slightly.
This is just the baby. Una Aura jumps off, and she's going to engage the cultists. Well, she would engage Zan, but it's not the time or place for that.
Wait.
So she's
What about the 2 charmed cultists?
yeah, they didn't go, did they?
Nope.
I mean, they'll give it a shot. They can try their devious magics, also known as dagger attacks. Only one would hit.
Who are they attacking?
Well, they're going to attack who's ever closest to them, which would be the 2
Gotcha.
that are
Cool.
under the
Cool.
Tarrasque here. Immediately, Una Aura is going to come up to you, Zan. And she's going to put her hand on your back. And she's going to cast Cure Wounds. So you gain 5 total hit points.
I'm back in triple digits. Let's go.
Anna, it is your turn.
All right. So I want to cast Silence.
Sorry, was all this hitting and me screaming bothering you too much? Because I keep getting hit. I'm sure I'm screaming by now, bloodied, and you just didn't want to hear any of that kind of crap?
What I would like to do is get as many of those cultists up there by Chill, as many as I can in this. It has a
20-foot radius.
yep,
I
that.
think. Be aware that if you do cast silence, it will break concentration on your dryads.
All right, then I'm going to try to get the 3 cultists, then the one in front of the dryad, but not the dryad, and the 2 to the left.
So you're still gonna cast silence.
Yes, in
Silence
the
is
20-foot radius.
Silence is silence concentration?
Shit.
I think that's what I saw. Yes. up to
Yeah,
10
it
up to
is, so
10
I can't.
minutes.
Oh, wait, yes, I can. So, yes. So, it is a concentration. Wait, but that means that
If you cast silence, your dryads are going to disappear.
you're right. So I can't
And
do
then the
that.
charm
what I was
drops,
trying to
right?
Right. So, never mind. Not going to do that.
Sink some arrows in their necks. You got like 120-foot range with your bow.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move forward a bit and do that.
Okay.
And I'm shooting the one not next to Chill, but the other one. The one that basically doesn't have one of us around it, except for the hammer.
Okay.
Oh, because the hammer, I don't get advantage on,
No.
but
Only
Chill
native.
will,
Maybe.
because
Usually
the
not.
hammer's there.
It's not a person.
It's an ally.
It's a floating hammer that's spectral.
All right, shooting.
That hits. Yeah, that'll do some damage.
And then Chill gets the reaction attack.
Mm-hmm.
And this is his first attack since he died and came back to life.
Nice.
And that wasn't even an advantage. Yay.
The cultist rolled a 19 on his strength save, so he is not knocked prone, but his leg is not looking well.
All right.
Okay. That's all for your turn?
Yep.
Okay, at the end of your turn, a legendary action, tail attack from the Tarrasque on Chad. That's a 24. So you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Zinese, it is your turn.
If I could touch you, I could cure.
Come on up.
I'm gonna do another ice storm at the bottom of the Tarrasque.
Okay.
Do the cultists have curing abilities?
You're not sure.
They can try.
19 on its wisdom save.
Yeah, that succeeds. So it takes half of 32 is what, 16?
Yeah.
And I will go ahead and heal Chad. Hey, 6 points.
Thank you.
Is it all for your turn?
Yeah, that's action and bonus action.
Okay. I'm just making if there was something else you wanted to do, make sure you get it in there. All right. Another legendary action tail attack. Is you're just it feels you and you're not leaving. You're like that fly. Another 24 to hit.
Just for curiosity's sake, what is its crit?
What do you mean?
What's the
39.
highest potential it can roll as a
39.
39.
Oh my gosh.
So 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hey, I took care of half that for you.
Zan Falcon, it is your turn with your lovely lady behind you.
Sorry.
How many full rounds of combat have we been through?
My count is, well, I have 4 ticks down for your reverse gravity.
Okay.
All right. How high is Chad in the air?
Excellent question. I would say Chad is, I mean, you cannot see him. You probably can only see
Wait. If
maybe...
you say I can't see him, then I can't do a damn thing for him. So it's okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he's
Sorry,
on the
Chad.
back of it. You can't see him.
That's no problem. I'm going to reach back and grab the hand of Una Aura and say, I will be able to succeed with you by my side. Huzzah. And I will cast something. Hold on. Grr. What's that green box right there?
That is where the portal is. I mean, it's not open or anything, but it's this giant line in the air.
So if I flame struck right here, that'd be okay?
Yeah.
Like the portal's not going to mess with any magics.
Not that you know of.
All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and flame strike. So it should touch the one in front of blue, the one that hit me with a hammer, and the one in front of chill, and should not singe. No, crap. I don't want to singe chill. That'd be too bad. That would be grr. No, see.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you could get these two guys. I know you're trying to get 3 of them. You can get these 2.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it just in case. I'll do it on those 2, and if one lives, I can just whack him.
Okay. A natural 1 and a 6.
Oh, poor them. Well, they take a lot of damage.
Yeah, they can't survive that. You watch as they just kind of like burst into flames as this flame strike comes down and just.
Then I want to move the hammer over. Yeah, you saw what I was trying to get at. and whack a mole on the one in front of blue.
All right.
Please not a 1. Please not a 1. Please not a 1.
That'll hit.
Take 17 damage.
Okay. He's barely kicking, but he's there.
Yeah. I told you it was because Una Aura was beside me and she touched my back and I got the tingles in the good spot. I believe that is my.
Okay. Duly noted.
Well, actually, hold on. I'm going to take 2 steps forward.
Okay. Chad, you are up.
I think these decisions now are very important.
Is it
don't
gotten
say.
that hairy?
Yeah, he's not. I can see his health bar. It's not looking great. I've
I mean,
never
if
seen.
Zan can see you and talk to you right now, he's going to tell you it's okay. He's died a couple times. It's fine. You'll be fine. It's fine. I'll revive you.
Okay. I'm going to try to hit again.
Wait. Do you not have any potions or anything
I
on you?
do, but I just feel like I'm going to drink a potion, then he's going to hit me for that amount. That's just how it's just.
Well, that would just stave off death one more time.
Okay. A little voice in my head says I should just go for it. First attack.
Hey, the second one hits.
Okay, 34. And I'm not going to use any movement to escape, so I'll just stay here.
All right. It is Chill's turn.
All right, Chill's going to move over to the cultist next to Blue. And he's going to attack.
That'll hit. Yeah, that guy's toast. He just like rips into his leg, and this guy has already got a giant knot on his head, and he just
He got the thigh artery.
Yeah.
Artery.
Bye, femoral artery. Bye.
That it?
That is it.
Would you like your dryads to do?
They're both going to attack the other guy.
Okay. That misses. But that one hits. Okay. He's looking pretty bloody with 2 like giant cracks on his head.
Okay.
Just that's all for them?
Yep.
Okay. So that guy is going to return the favor. He's going to cast Spiritual Weapon behind Purple. And try to hit. It's a natural 17. So plus 3 is 20, so that'll hit.
So wait, he can conjure something and it can attack at this in the same turn?
Yep. It's a bonus action
For
spell.
spiritual weapon, it can.
Okay. So what was that damage again? Oh, you didn't say damage yet.
The damage is 10.
Okay.
Let's see who's left. It's so hard to see them because they're on the Tarrasque and by Chad. Well, I mean, at this point, we're gonna play kind of brevity's sake here and kind of roll the. Oh my goodness! So I rolled for the left charmed cultist and the left bad cultist, and they both rolled natural 20s. So they just kind of lock each other and just start kind of like stabbing the crap out of each other.
Are they immune to the Tarrasque's frightful presence?
It hasn't used it.
Oh, okay.
If it has used it, the answer would be no. But it didn't end up using it.
Chad seems kind of scared, so maybe.
This is the first thing that has actually seriously damaged Chad.
Yeah.
This has not only damaged Chad, this has damaged Chad's ego.
Chad might need a vacation after this one.
Oh, yeah. Imagine what Zan feels like, okay?
Zan and Chad go to a what do you call those things? Where you go away for
Sabbatical.
A retreat.
A retreat.
Okay, so the Tarrasque's turn. It's gonna try and hit you with its tail, and that's a 25 to hit. I don't think I rolled that right.
Why? Because it's so low?
No, because so 16, it's supposed to add 10 to that, so 26 reduced to 13. Yeah, I missed the 0 key. So it'll end up being 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
I immediately looked at my numpad trying to figure out how you could miss the 0 key. Feels bad, man. And then I remembered there's numbers up top.
And the airship's going to try to hit the Tarrasque. The big gun just can't get it done.
At least it's not hitting Chad.
One of the smaller ones hits. Yeah, one of the smaller ones hits. So 15 points of damage from the smaller gun.
Yay, we're saved.
Mental note: arm the ship better next time.
Mental note: get out of here before we ever fight a Tarrasque. Let's just retire before that happens.
It's at this point that the Tarrasque is looking rough.
I mean, we could have shot gnomes at it.
That's just feeding it.
All right, we'll try to get through the last half of this round. Before we call it. So, Una Ora's turn. She's going to try to dispatch of that last cultist. She hits. He dies. She hit him for exactly 15, which is what she needed. So she puts an arrow through him. She's going to come up next to you, Zan.
Good kill.
Thank you. Inna, it is your turn.
Does the fake spiritual weapon disappear?
Yes, it does.
Cloned my hammer.
All right, I'm going to move forward. Nope, that wasn't me. This is me. I'm not going to move forward. So as I've been standing here and, looking around as everybody's been doing stuff, do I see, so I'm kind of where I have a vantage point on the underbelly of the Tarrasque. Does anything look more thinner skinned than anywhere else? Like, how about the armpits?
Make a perception check.
Oh, that was performance. Sorry.
You
Oh, that
sing
would have
at
been
it, and
nice.
it puts it to sleep.
Can I use my inspiration?
Sure. Okay. You would think that some of the underside is probably a little more apt to being
That's
hit.
what I aim for.
Okay. But a 12 does not do it, unfortunately.
I need to get rid of that light crossbow for Cass and get her like a sturdy longbow.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I yell at Dreve, do you have Chad's healing covered?
I just give a thumbs up.
Then no, that's it.
All right.
All right. I am going to cast Mass Cure Wounds on Chad. Really, only 13. So 13 hit points. And then also a level 2 healing word. Keep rolling like crap on my healing.
Is that 4?
Yeah, you get a total of 4. That
Cool.
natural one, man. That's it. That's it for Ziny.
All right. Zan Falcon.
1 second. Sorry, y'all. I've got people over. All right. So Zan the man's going to solve the plan. Oh wait, no, he's going to make everything worse.
Tell the people we say hi.
He waved. So how high is the underbelly of the Tarrasque? Like, where's the closest point that I could actually hit it?
If you're on the ground, I mean, it's like through the trees, so 80 feet.
And so it would be the distance from me to the Tarrasque plus 80 feet in elevation, or are we drawing a diagonal and estimating that?
I mean, it's big and it's like through the trees, so we'll say 90. I don't know what your magic number is, so we'll say 90 feet from you to hit the trail.
Disadvantage?
Huh?
Or advantage? If I'm doing the spell.
Depends on what spell you're doing.
Okay. Once she's done the gravity, like anybody though can walk in that area without being affected, right? It's just what was in that area when cast.
You can walk underneath it because I casted it like halfway up in the air. Like I didn't cast it directly from the ground because I didn't know what those cultists were. So I casted it about 20 feet in the air, so you can walk underneath there and it'll just be normal gravity.
Yeah, I just didn't want to get sucked up and
You won't.
you know.
Not unless you go in the air, you won't.
Boom, I'm gonna send you a message real quick. Hold on.
The only thing to remember is what goes up must come down.
You're gonna have to be more specific. Let's just jump to secrets.
All right.
And make it faster.
And then I heal myself for 100 hit points, and my axe gains a plus 50 to hit.
I think this reverse gravity has been great. Has been a great control for this thing.
Are you going to shut it
Agreed,
off and let it
Discord.
take impact damage?
Huh?
Are you going to shut it off so it takes impact damage?
I could, but the moment I stop doing that, it's gonna have 5 attacks. Me keeping this thing in the air is limiting it to 1 attack.
Secrets, so I can't hear. I could go in there and take my headset off, but I can't hear. I think Zan's going to try and put pants on the Tarrasque. Just cast.
Steve and I are doing our own version of secrets.
Just keep doing a bunch of gravity. So lift him up in the air, drop him, lift him up, drop him. Yeah, he's like a basketball.
Totes my goats. Zan's gonna cast Etherealness and shift over to the other plane. Deuces, guys. He learned it by watching Cooge.
And with that, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Because I think that's a great spot, and we're over time. So if you're watching with us, we thank you for being here. It's been a great year, despite everything that we've all been through. We appreciate you watching with us. We'll figure out our schedule. There's talks of being here on a non-Sunday. I don't know. We haven't figured all that out. We may be here on New Year's Eve, and we will try to tell you appropriately. So either hang out in some of our Discords, or I would check on Twitter, and we will get the information out to you. But if we don't see you between today and that day, I personally wish you Merry Christmas, but we want you to have great holiday times. If you're with family or by yourself, be safe and have a good one. And hopefully we'll see you here on New Year's Eve, where we can finish this fight and see if there's any Guardians standing.
For episode 50.
Episode 50 to end 2018, which will be pretty great. So thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. Follow us, watch us on YouTube, and tell your friends, and we'll catch you here soon. So from all of us at Off the Table, bye-bye.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
See ya.
Happy holidays.